Karen Peconi is the mayor of Arnold, which is a suburb of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So recently she sparked some controversy, some understandable outrage when she urged officers to use water cannons on protesters. So it was on Facebook. She posted an iconic image of black people in Alabama being pummeled with water cannons in 1963. So this is the photo. I'm sure many people have seen this before. She included the message, "I'm posting this so the authorities everywhere sees this. Bring the hoses." She also said, "They don't care about jobs for PGH, Pittsburgh. None of them work now. That's how they can do this at 7 a.m. Very sad."
It was like, I think there was like another image or some other footage that was like that was more modern, that I guess she commented on as well, but it doesn't matter. Like, regardless of what photos or footage she co-signed, there is like deep historical significance in this country in regard to protesters being sprayed by water hoses.
And just to be clear, the protesters were they have been protesting the killing of Antwon Rose.
Okay, yeah.
Just to be clear, and that's who she says that officers should bring the water cannons on.
Yeah, I mean, again, she's 15, 20, 25 years older than we are, so she should be very aware of that significance.
She
that
remembers
historical
that time.
She was most likely there or close to it. She may not be just as old as our parents, but she's probably around that age. So she is completely aware of kind of what kind of I guess a contextual narrative she's building by advocating that these protesters be sprayed with water hoses. But I do think it's interesting that she brings up these people being out here at 7 a.m. and, you know, they don't have like kind of suggesting that they don't work.
None of them work now.
None of them
That's
work
how they
now.
can do this at 7 a.m.
But see,
Very sad.
Logically, she knows that everyone doesn't have 9 to 5 jobs. Logically, she knows that. She knows that people go to work at different times. Logically, she knows that people can protest around their work schedule. But we know she is not meaning to be logical. That's like a rhetorical device. It's a rhetorical device meant to mask a racist attitude in like benign language. She might as well have just said like, these lazy niggers don't work.
Yep.
That's what she might as well have said that.
She just said it she said it in coded language.
Oh, she coded it. She coded it big time.
Who does the end of that statement sound like? That's how they can do this at 7 a.m. Very sad. Who does that sound like?
That when you say very sad. Yeah.
That sounds like our fearless president, doesn't it?
That's like an exclamation mark. That's not a word. That's an exclamation mark in the form of a word. And yeah, it sounds just like Donald Trump. And
you know, and this mayor too, Peconi, she's a Democrat.
Yeah.
She's a Democrat. But anyway, you know what happens when you know, these words come out in the media. Like your Facebook posts get publicized. There's a lot of outrage.
People take screen caps of it and spread it around. Just put all your business out.
You know what happens, right?
Yeah. What? She started doing a Roger Rabbit? That's a Roger Rabbit? Backpedaling. Oh, like a defensive back. Like a DB. Okay, like a DB. Okay.
Yeah. So there were actually 2 moments of the backpedaling. So she was actually, I guess a reporter called the office for a comment, and she tried to play games. She said that she had no comment, right? And then she switched to the third person and said, the mayor didn't post these. That junk baffled me, man, when she says the mayor. I'm like, well, you're the mayor. Right? But that was step 1, all right? So step 2 is the actual apology, in which she said, "I love this community. I would do anything for the people here. I don't take my position as mayor lightly and deeply regret the comments I made on Facebook. It was never my intention to offend anyone, and for those who I offended, I am sincerely sorry." So as I read this, like what I see really is like I love this community. Well, at least the white people in this community. I would do anything for the people here. I would do anything for the white people here, but for the black people, I'm coming for your civil rights.
That policy really doesn't mean anything to me, and it's not really about people being offended, because like I don't have to be offended, meaning like my feelings are hurt, like, or I feel some type of way. I'm just looking at like you for what you said or for your behavior, and I'm responding to that. It has nothing to do with people being offended. If people are offended, that's on them, and they can, you know, I guess offer their rebuttal to whatever what you said and what you posted. But
you didn't like stub my toe.
Exactly. You
didn't cut me off in traffic. Nah, I mean like the words that you shared were a reflection of how you think,
of how who she is.
Yeah,
and you know what?
That's what we're concerned about.
You know what? And like I think that's what makes people like her in positions of power, these like closet bigots that don't know they're in the closet, more dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's assuming she doesn't know though.
I don't know if she knows. Like when somebody speaks in third person, you know there's some sort of like.
I don't know, man.
I mean, because like,
that's the funny part of it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because I think some of it is just they're not conscious of it. But unfortunately, her bigotry and prejudice will definitely skew her perception of what justice looks like. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's why when people like her are in power, who are not completely cognizant of their attitude and their beliefs,
right? How could they truly represent everybody in the community? Think about the reaction, the violent reaction that she had to protesters. Were they rioters? No. These people were protesting somebody being unjustly killed by law enforcement. They have every right to protest. Every right, per the Constitution, correct? So they're not being violent. Why do you suggest violence is thrown towards them?